Wine Pairing Consultation.
Good evening once again, Mrs. Vance. I noticed your husband stepped away for a moment, so I thought this would be the absolute perfect, uninterrupted opportunity to stop by and discuss the premium vintage wine pairing arrangements that you pre-booked for him over the phone.
Oh, hello, Oliver. Yes, that is an excellent idea because I really want this to be a massive surprise for him. He is an incredibly passionate wine collector himself, and I want to make sure that the selections we choose tonight are truly rare, historic, and completely unforgettable for his palate.
That is wonderfully thoughtful of you, and I can assure you that our cellar is fully prepared to deliver something spectacular. Given his background as an oenophile, I have personally curated a selection of hidden gems featuring highly allocated Old World European vintages that are rarely opened.
That sounds absolutely magnificent, Oliver. Could you give me an example of how you plan to pair the wine with his specific allergy-free menu? Especially since the kitchen is substituting the classic lobster dish with that rich, truffle-poached king oyster mushroom creation.
Absolutely. For that specific earthy mushroom course, instead of the crisp Chardonnay we usually serve with lobster, I plan to pour an incredibly rare 2012 Premier Cru Burgundy from a tiny organic estate in Beaune, which has these gorgeous notes of damp forest floor and dried cherries.
Oh, wow. That sounds like an absolutely sublime pairing, because the natural, earthy undertones of an aged Burgundy will complement the rich truffle butter beautifully without overpowering the delicate texture of the mushroom stem. He is going to be absolutely ecstatic when you explain that to him.
It is truly an exceptional bottle. Moving on to the main course, which features the decadent A5 Miyazaki Wagyu beef, I am planning to move away from traditional Bordeaux and instead pour a bold, beautifully structured 2015 Cabernet Sauvignon from a legendary cult vineyard in Napa Valley.
That sounds incredibly intriguing. Napa Cabernets are known for being exceptionally powerful and fruit-forward. But do you think the intense tannins in a 2015 vintage will balance well with the incredibly high fat content and melting texture of the Japanese A5 Wagyu beef?
You hit the nail right on the head, Mrs. Vance. The rich intramuscular marbling of A5 Wagyu requires a wine with substantial structural integrity and high tannins, which literally cut through the decadent fat on the palate, creating a perfectly harmonious balance that elevates both the beef and the wine.
Your expertise is absolutely remarkable, Oliver. And listening to you explain the science behind these flavor combinations makes me wish I had ordered the full wine pairing for myself instead of just opting to sip on individual glasses of champagne throughout the evening.
Well, it is certainly never too late to change your mind, Mrs. Vance. If you would like, I can easily modify your reservation right now to include our luxury pairing, or I can personally select a different, lighter style of champagne to match each specific phase of your dining journey.
Well, it is certainly never too late to change your mind. You know what? Let's actually stick with my original plan of drinking champagne. But perhaps you can guide me through your premium sparkling list so I can explore 3 completely distinct styles from different regions of Champagne as the meal progresses from light to rich.
I would be absolutely delighted to do that. We can start your evening with an ultra-crisp, refreshing Blanc de Blanc made entirely from Chardonnay grapes to match the initial amuse-bouches, and then transition to a much richer structural vintage rosé for the mid-meal courses.
That sounds like an absolutely flawless compromise, and it allows me to stay within my preference while still experiencing a beautiful, curated progression that mirrors the complexity of the tasting menu. Thank you for being so incredibly flexible and accommodating with my request.
It is my absolute pleasure, Mrs. Vance. Our primary goal is to ensure that your liquid journey is just as artistic, thoughtful, and deeply satisfying as the solid creations coming out of the kitchen theater tonight. Oh, I believe I see your husband returning now.
Hello, Oliver. Sorry to keep you waiting. I just had to step away for a quick moment. I see you are holding a very impressive, heavy leather book there. Is that the legendary cellar registry I've read so much about online?
Good evening, Mr. Vance. Yes, indeed it is. This registry contains the complete history of our underground cellar, which currently protects over 3,000 bottles of the world's most exceptional, limited allocation vintages, and it is an absolute honor to share it with a fellow connoisseur.
Wow, holding that book must feel like holding a piece of liquid history. My wife mentioned that she arranged a special wine journey for me tonight, and I am genuinely dying to know what kind of rare bottles you have hidden away for us.
I was just giving your wife a little sneak peek of the lineup. We have sourced some truly magnificent old-world allocations specifically to match your customized shellfish-free menu, including an exceptional aged Burgundy that will pair exquisitely with your truffle mushroom course.
An aged Burgundy with truffles? Oh my goodness, Oliver, you are speaking my absolute love language right now. That sounds like an incredibly inspired pairing, and I cannot even begin to tell you how excited I am to taste those two flavor profiles together.
See, honey? I told you that you had absolutely nothing to worry about tonight, and that the sommelier team here would look after you beautifully. Oliver has put an immense amount of thought into making sure your wine journey is absolutely spectacular.
You are the absolute best, Elena. Thank you for organizing this incredible surprise for our anniversary. Oliver, I am completely in your hands tonight. Please feel free to take me on whatever rare, vintage adventure you think is best for the palate.
The honor is entirely mine, Mr. Vance. I will return to the cellar immediately to personally decant your first vintage and prepare your wife's crisp Blanc de Blanc champagne. Your culinary marathon is officially about to begin, so prepare yourselves for an unforgettable evening.
Thank you so much, Oliver. We will be waiting eagerly for your return.
Wow, the hospitality here is just on a completely different level, Elena.
It really is, darling. Oliver is incredibly knowledgeable and passionate about his craft.
You can tell he genuinely loves sharing the history behind each specific bottle.
Absolutely, and that passion is exactly what transforms a simple dinner into high art.
I can't wait to see the actual glassware they use for these rare vintages.
I am sure they use beautiful, custom crystal stems designed for specific grape varieties.
Look, our server Mia is returning to the table with our first appetizers now.
Oh, wonderful. The presentation of those tiny bite-sized courses looks absolutely gorgeous from here.
Let's sit back, enjoy the beautiful garden view, and get ready for the first taste.
This is already turning out to be the most magical anniversary we've ever had.
I completely agree, sweetheart. I am so incredibly happy to be here with you.
Cheers to us, my love, and to many more wonderful years of adventure together.
Cheers, honey. Let's savor every single second of this world-class luxury experience tonight.
Here comes Oliver with the first bottle of champagne, right on cue.
Perfect. Let the wine consultation officially conclude and the pouring begin.
Sit up straight, darling. Let's see what wonderful story he has for us next.
See you in the next English conversation session by Wisdom Studio 8.